Hello, and welcome to Trader's Insight. I'm Sam.
And I'm Matt.
Today is, what is today? July 22nd.
22nd. And in Moscow.
Yeah, and we're going to do a quick market recap. So what happened today?
Well, these markets are driving me a bit crazy. You can see on all the indices over the past, week and a half, the crazy rally to the monthly expiration. Mm-hmm. That puts the Nasdaq up around 10% for the year, the S&P around 3.5%. Just figures off the top of my head. Earnings like Google and a few other ones are the ones that are driving the Nasdaq, which is just crazy, absolutely crazy. And as we can see here, the S&P came down today from a sell-off, and it's been holding the 8-period moving average, which is just ridiculously bullish. So don't get surprised, guys, if there's no more downside and this just carries on going up. In terms of targets, I'm looking to get long at some point. I think it's still overbought, but hey, you get what you're given, eh? So I think the initial target is 2160. Once it's cleared its all-time high of 2134, I think it can run off to 2160. But what I also wanted to do as well is I wanted to just measure some of these moves, because what you do is you find quite a lot of confluence with moves like this, and they actually tend to repeat one another. Quite often. I'm actually using a new mouse today, so please forgive me, guys. So this one here, look, it's not too far off from the body of the candlesticks. Mm-hmm. If you do that there, wow, look at that. Bang on from bottom to top.
Wow.
That couldn't have been more accurate.
Absolutely not.
Well, so absolutely. Very rarely you see one of them. So look, guys, I'm expecting to move up to 2160 at some point. Do I like it? No, but hey, don't fight the Fed.
Risk off, right?
Risk off, I suppose. Yeah, for the rest of the year.
Look what happened with volatility this past week.
Wow. Guys, I hope you loaded up on the VIX when it was down at this level down here. That's what I certainly did.
It came down to 12.3, right?
It's 12.33, which is it's obscene. It's completely obscene. I think it was the biggest down move in the VIX in history or something like that.
What, it went from 20, or 19.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, 19 and a half down to 12 in about the space of 6 days.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous in a way, however, it's good in another way. Because when volatility was around 18 and 19, I was selling puts left, right, and centre on every single thing that was oversold. So I got paid very well. Sam got paid very well. I hope you guys got paid very well as well. You look at this level on the weekly. Look at this. Every time it's come down to this level, it's bounced up to at least, let's say 18 again. Mm-hmm. So let's see if we see that. Let's look at the Nasdaq. This is just. Look at this damn thing. This is just crazy. This to me looks like it's already met its Fibonacci extensions. It's probably already done from here to here, there to there. Let's take a look at that. See what it's like. But hey, the Nasdaq's always leading the way. If you do a study from the 1990 to today and see which one the best performing index was, I'm pretty positive it's the Nasdaq.
It's got a little bit more to go.
A little bit more to go. So what, up next to the 47.36 level? Or
maybe even this move right here.
Yeah, the correction.
Was that the 121 extension right there?
On the Nasdaq?
Or the 127 extension?
On the Nasdaq.
Let's take a look. This recent move.
I think it's higher. It's close to the 1.618.
Yeah.
So it's 1.618.
Comes down, touches the ADMA, boom, off to the races again.
Yeah, it's an incredibly strong market. Look at this. It's very rare that we see markets as strong as this, considering how oversold it is. We don't trade off RSI, but you guys stick an RSI up on your chart and you'll see how overbought this market is, especially in the Nasdaq. Let's take a look at crude.
Crude?
Yeah. See what else there is.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like crude's on its way down to test 42. Its lows again.
Getting hammered.
Yeah.
Not even breaking the ADMA.
No, it's I think every rally back to the ADMA is a sell at the moment. I think that's on its way down to test 42. I read a report from, I can't remember what investment bank it was. Something I actually agreed on and with for once, Sam, was that it's probably going to take a good 5 or 6 years for oil prices to get back to a higher level, 80, 90 again, which I actually agree with as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's been a slowdown in demand in China, and well, with China using less gas, in the States as well too, with the big production booms, and with Iran coming on and dumping millions of barrels of oil. It's
like what Iran's production is 3 million barrels a day at the moment, and the capacity is like 12.
Yeah.
I don't know how much oil they're hiding at sea on tankers, but hey. So yeah, I think that's coming down. We're speaking to a few of our guys here in Moscow. They see a second crisis coming over here. I mean, so let's take a look at the Russian market.
What is Russia?
RSX, I believe. Market vectors Russia. So, what can we see here? I mean,
topic formation, right?
Yeah, I know this is a fib, but it's still, you can see a trend line here. Well, to me, that looks like it's on its way down.
Mm-hmm. We've got a lot of credit risk right now, and especially because they don't have access to the international markets.
Yep. A lot of the guys, a lot of my friends, some of them are directors of the likes of Gazprom Bank, Sberbank, VTB, some of the biggest banks in Russia. And they're saying it's tough. Credit's hard to come by. There's going to be a lot of foreclosures. I mean, just to put it into perspective for you guys over here, there's over 800 or 900 banks in Russia alone, and there's on average 4 banks being closed per week.
But most of those are personal banks. I mean, the only big bank closure that they've seen
is Masterbank.
Yep. Which was the biggest one.
Yeah,
that's been the only big retail bank which is shut down.
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of these private banks that are being shut down are just private banks that people open up, because you only need 20 million to open up a bank, and then
I mean, it's probably something for some of the ministers. I probably shouldn't say this, for funneling money out of the country, or taking it off taxpayers. Sorry if any Russians are listening. But let's delete this drawing here.
Let me just get that one. About the fib.
Yeah,
or
the fib, yeah. So something a little bit different.
A bit more.
The Russian market, I think it's on its way down.
Yeah.
I think the next stop is around the 16 level. After that, we're looking at the 14, 15 level, and then on the test of its lows.
What are you looking at for tomorrow?
I haven't actually taken a look at many earnings plays. I was hoping for some more follow through to the downside on the indices, so I can load up with some more puts. Selling some more puts for taking advantage of the VIX.
Yeah, well, it's tough when it's still low like this.
Incredibly tough. Yeah, incredibly tough. I mean, I've got my eye on a few stocks. Nothing really to note. I'm kind of. It's an interesting market. I mean, I don't think anybody can ever say that they've been in this type of environment before, whereby interest rates have been kept so low for so long.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's a learning curve for all of us. I'm fascinated every day on how the market acts to all this stuff. I will be looking to keep my powder dry essentially until better opportunities arise.
Wow, look at that, high to low.
61.8% retracement. Perfect retracement.
You get the same on the Forex markets.
You actually get the same on the ruble, yeah. And actually, I can remember doing that on the pound.
Yeah, let's
on the pound ruble. Okay, it doesn't look like our internet's wanting to play with us today. So, I mean, yes, I mean, if you took a look at the ruble crisis and the retracement it did off its lows was pretty much a 50% or 61.8% retracement. I remember calling that. An interesting one here is actually Apple. I mean, you guys can probably see to yourself what you see here. I'll give you 10 seconds to try and pick out what you see.
Apple going new highs. 200 Apple.
300 says
300.
some stupid analyst. You see you see a shoulder, you see some sort of head, you see another shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite interesting, bearish reversal pattern.
Apple's never going to go down.
No, not with Carl Icahn about who says it's the most undervalued stock.
But, I mean, it's having trouble breaking that 134, 135.
Yeah, it keeps getting rejected. I mean, I'd be willing to fade that move up to the 134 level again and sell some calls without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I think, guys, one thing you guys might be interested in, which we'll eventually do some sort of webinar for this, is the actual gap fill. Now, I've been trading this for a while, and it's actually very effective. So, guys, I've got a new mouse here, so it's
my mouse. It just doesn't understand it.
I mean, so the gap fills here, the gap plays, you can see all these gaps, and when they get filled, and it's a perfect start of the day trading strategy. You know, I trade it on futures, so I know Sam trades it on futures as well.
Yeah, we should do a measured on this.
We should, yeah, definitely. We should do some sort of webinar and, you know, quantitative study on filling the gap fills. I've done my own. I'd like to give a bit more research into it, maybe 6-7 years rather than just 3. But I mean, you know, from the study I've done with gap fills, if you take an average true range, okay, a 5-day average true range, it's the average price over the 5 days, true range. If it's less than 40% of that, then it has a 75% chance of filling. If it's more than 40% of that, then it has around a 60 to between a 55 and 60% chance of filling.
Cool.
And I mean, it does it very well. I know a lot of guys who actually leverage up on this and use CFDs and spread betting in order to take advantage. You know, and they have, you know, 7 and 8 figure accounts. So, I mean, well, I think that's all I have for you this evening.
Yeah,
I haven't managed to see the markets a great deal today. Wouldn't surprise me. Hopefully, looking for some sort of down move. It would be nice to see some sort of 50% retracement around to the 21 or the 2080 level. But ultimately, don't be too surprised if it shoots up to 2160.
Mm-hmm. Also, we're looking for a ThinkScript master. So if you think you can help us out and write us some scripts, because we do need some, send us a comment, send us an email, and get in touch. Other than that, that's pretty much it for today.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Guys, ThinkScript. It's not enjoyable sifting through a load of stocks. Should have done it many years ago, but I haven't. So yeah, guys, hit us up.
Yeah, if you like our videos, don't forget to subscribe. We will have some more videos coming out today, and we'll be back tomorrow with some pre-market.
Yeah, I think let's do a pre-market one tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of stocks that we're looking at tomorrow, and we'll do some pre-market stuff.
Yeah.
And just come out and give you guys some trades that you can make during the day.
Yep, great.
All
Have
right.
a good evening, guys.
See you later.